See, this is a little longer. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. To the Ex-Hippies, written 2006. My aunt left her daughter to me with a phone call after years of silence. She broke into my disheveled life, hysterical and terrified, and then she died. I am the youth of your culture, the 60s birthed you, generation of dreamers who could not sleep, and we are your children. We raised ourselves, and many of us raised you. You told us that everything was to be questioned, so we questioned you, and you rose in rage and silenced us. Your lives turned out less structured than the acid trip, no peak predictably so far in, no come down if you just write it out. Now you're taking out insurance policies and playing the stock market, trying to keep busy enough to avoid thinking about the mess you've left us, with no more than a phone call. But what you fought against once is still real. The drug culture got swept under the rug like so much inconvenient, incriminating evidence, replaced with better drugs like Xbox, Cialis, and American Idol. And you told us all to just say no. But this country still needs a revolution. My aunt tried the drugs and the rehab from the drugs and the prescription rebound from the prescribed rehab and the pot revival and the pills. She died without ever having a chance to tell anyone what her life meant, and I suspect it's because she never knew. She questioned everything, but never found the safety of answers. And the drug culture abandoned her to the house from which she rebelled. But she could never really buy into the idea that her radicalizing moments had been meaningless, and she died with a lot of loose ends. But the more I look at it, the more I see the loose ends of a generation. Hunter S. Thompson commits suicide in 2005. George Carlin remains the lone voice of reason in an otherwise anesthetized world. Amy Goodman has to aggressively fund drive, and most of America doesn't know her name. What happened to all the truth you found in rock and roll? What happened to the faith that drove the civil rights movement, the anti-war movement, the women's liberation movement? Are we just done now? Are those kinds of changes luxuries for drug addicts and dreamers that don't apply to real life? The real life all you hippies retreated to when the rush wore off, and now, and for the past 40 years, continues to get farther and farther away from your mass, spontaneous, utopian hallucination. And we are your children, 30 now, 40 even. We watched you try to forget that for a moment, one enigmatic and indefinable moment, that it really all seemed possible.
I love that.